Well, we hope you enjoyed our video about Cthulhu Death May Die.
Yeah. Boom. Cthulhu Death May Die. You have been wanting to play this for a long time. I've been wanting to play this for a long time.
Yeah, for forever. Seriously.
How did you like it?
I thought it was great.
We cheated and we still lost.
A lot did we cheat. A lot.
Was it our fault?
It was not.
Nope. Whose fault was it?
Jesse's. Jesse's fault. He ran us through the game, and he said, yeah, I got this. It's pretty easy, simple game, you know.
Yeah.
Little rules.
We forgot many things.
We forgot many things. We forgot many rules. It was okay, though. I mean, we still, in theory, made it easier for ourselves, and we still lost.
Yeah. I had a really good time, though. I think 3 was a good player count for Cthulhu Death May Die.
I agree.
I liked it. I think 4, I would have not felt as involved with a lot of the actions, you know, with at least in that scenario, what we were trying to do. I felt like 3 allowed us to fight. It allowed us to pursue the objectives, but it also wasn't, it was, you know, I feel like 2 would have been a struggle.
Extremely hard.
A struggle, yeah. But I loved, so one of my favorite games is the Alien role-playing game. And in that, there is a mechanic where it's called, like, the stress mechanic, and you have stress die. And over the course of the game, you will gain stress as a playable character.
Sure.
And the more stress you get, the more stress die you roll.
Okay.
And the stress die actually have, it's a D6 system.
Okay.
And the 6 is the success. So actually, numerically, the more dice you roll, the better chance you have of succeeding. So the more stressed you get, the more focused you are on completing your task.
Sure.
But the stress die specifically, the 1 on those is like a face hugger symbol.
Oh,
and if you ever roll any of those, then you actually have a panic attack that could be the worse, the more dice you have, like the higher stress level, your panic attack can get worse and worse to where it can either make you freeze and not do anything, or it can very detrimentally affect you for the rest of like the immediate time frame.
That's cool.
So you have a better chance of succeeding, but there's this massive danger that you also have to juggle.
Right.
And I feel like this had the same system or a similar version of it because there's that insanity track.
Right.
And the more insane you become,
the stronger
you actually increase your abilities, your class abilities, and the more dice you will eventually roll. Mm-hmm. Now, if you get too insane, you lose, you go insane.
You die. Yeah,
and it's not good.
It's the end
but
for you.
It's that constant valuation of sometimes you want to lean into the danger because it's going to make you more efficient in your actual gameplay.
Yeah, because insanity also allows you eventually over time to upgrade some of your skills, which make you become significantly stronger, and it adds dice a lot of the time to your rolls.
I really liked it, and you know, it was just the first scenario, and I know that we played it wrong. I don't know why I did air quotes. We did play it wrong.
We 100% played it wrong.
But I still had a great time, and I didn't. Sometimes I feel good when we get rules wrong in a game, and I still lose because of it, because it makes me feel like I didn't.
So you feel good at pretty much all games you play?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I feel good all the time.
That's good. Timestamp on.
Timestamp. Cheers.
Devon loses most games.
Yeah, I lose most games. And so I really had a good time, and I'm also curious where the people I've talked to, like I talked to I think Adam, it was Adam Singer from Shelf Clutter, and then Jesse's also mentioned it, and Alex has mentioned it, and Max from Table Nuts has mentioned it. They've all talked about how the scenarios are so divergently different that it can really, you know, it's a new experience every time.
Yeah.
It's not like, you know, rehashed same-ish map, same-ish objective.
Right.
So,
have you ever played Mansions of Madness?
I have, which is a contentious point for some people that I didn't like. So I actually had my brother I didn't play with, but he also had a not great experience the first time they played it. But they've been playing it recently and retreading through it and some of the expansion material, and they've been having a blast. So it's possible, you know, I played that game like 2 years ago when I first got into content creation.
Right.
And like we played the first scenario 3 times in a row and we lost every time.
3 times in a row? Ooh.
Yeah, and it's, you know, at the time, you know, it was not people who haven't played board games before. So most people, when they hear that, assume that I read some part of the rules wrong, which is totally viable. But also, in another way, I'm somewhat fatigued by Fantasy Flight's Arkham-like universe. Mm-hmm. I think the only way I would like to jump into the Arkham universe over on Fantasy Flight is through Arkham Horror, the card game. I was more compelled by that. I didn't love my Mansions of Madness experience as much. And I know that some people are like, well, actually, like, if you play it correctly, if you if you do it well, it's a really, really good experience. But I am honestly more compelled to split up my Mansions of Madness experience into playing the Cthulhu world in Death May Die and playing the app-enabled experience with, like, the Dark Quarter, coming up from Lucky Duck and Van Ryder.
Yeah.
Like,
I would say...
I don't feel the need to go back and play it, even though I know that there's plenty of people who love it.
Yeah. I had a good experience with Mansions of Madness. I enjoyed it. To be clear, the rules we got wrong, we did catch eventually, and we're able to go,
you talking about for this?
Yeah, for this.
Oh, yeah. We caught everything that we messed up on.
And we were like, oh, we should have probably taken some more damage here. We probably should have had some extra people out over here. And I think grand scheme, we still probably would have ended up in roughly the same situation we were in, but we still...
Dying,
definitely dying.
We would have ended up in the same situation.
Yeah. But the good news about that is I still feel like we got a genuine experience about what this game is.
Yeah.
And I liked this way more than Mansions of Madness.
Really?
And I enjoyed Mansions of Madness. It was long, though. I felt like Mansions of Madness overstayed its welcome.
Yeah.
This one didn't.
Also, I never really felt particularly attached to the characters in Mansions of Madness. They all felt like somewhat tropey people. And I'm not saying that these are remarkably, like, deep characters and they're not tropey, but just, like, something about the... Like... I think what I'm trying to say is in Mansions of Madness, or at least in those Arkham games, there's a few like defining character traits or items or something that those characters start out with, and then you can kind of develop them, I think, however you want. Yeah. But these characters, because they all have a particular character trait growth track, and they have abilities that you're enhancing, like they are so unique from each other in how they play that they each feel more like real to me. Like my guy was, sneaky and medical, and your person was just like an absolute tank. And then, Jesse's character was so like sly in, their arcane mastery and stuff like that.
Right.
And I really liked, and also their action manipulation. His character did really cool stuff with his action manipulation. Yeah. So I really enjoyed what this brought to the table, and I'm interested to see more. I'd love to get my hands on a copy of it. I think that would be really fun because I think, just like Vagrant Song, I'm very curious how each scenario changes from one to the next. Yeah. In this one, too, I'm very curious to see, because in the last one, you're trying to save two different competing families and the members of them, and so it kind of felt like a cult ritual gone wrong / end of the world happening, and I'm wondering how the other scenarios feel. Do they feel as Doomsday, or do they feel as, like is there some other narrative element that's going to come into play?
Sure.
I had a really, really good time with it. Honestly, this and Modern Art and Vagrant Song, it's been like a really solid week of gaming.
It really
I
has
feel
been.
Like.
Yeah, it's we've even played more than that. But
we've played more than that. It's just that to me to have. I was sitting there and I was, when you were like, what do you want to do? And I was like, what videos could I do? I was like, we've played a ton of really good games that I haven't played before. I'd love to just do first impression videos of all of these games that I really had a good time with.
Cheers, timestamp.
Timestamp, cheers. Timestamp, cheers.
Devon comes up with ideas for videos instead of Wes having to do it.
Oh, bull honky. Just because you sleep like 2 hours a night and have 6 additional hours of thinking that you can do, while I'm trying to sleep and rest like a normal human.
Yeah, for like 8 or 9 hours.
8 hours?
Yeah. I think it was 9 tonight.
9. It was 9 today. Yeah. But I was just going to give myself an out on that.
I mean, when we're filming this, it is Sunday. So I want to make sure that it's very clear that today is Sunday. Sunday, Father's Day Sunday. And it is Father's Day. Happy Father's Day, Devon.
Happy Father's Day to you.
Thanks, buddy. And so now you'll know exactly how long it took Devon to get this game video up on his channel. So hopefully this
shouldn't take long, to be honest.
First one that you put up, maybe. I don't know.
No. Well, I mean, but we talked about Vagrant Song and Modern Art.
Yep.
And we already filmed those. So I may just do it in order.
That's cool. You can do that. So that would be like Wednesday? So that you have daily content up?
It depends on the export level.
True.
So, and then it also depends. Well, I should, Because all I need to do is I just need to do thumbnails for these.
Right.
And I have that computer set up with the little writing tab.
Now that you're good to do those thumbnails now too, right? Because you can do them in about half an hour-ish. Mm-hmm.
Honestly, I need to like get on a call with Jesse no. He should be able to send me one of those files that I could open up and it would have the template layers set up, right?
What were some of those fields called?
Idiot and Dumby. He has layers set up in my Photoshop file as Idiot and Dummy because I almost completely
deleted it and broke it all.
Almost broke his Photoshop. I don't even know how. I literally just pushed X and it went bloop, and I was like, "Oh, this is not good."
It's like when you let someone touch your things, and all of a sudden it's completely destroyed, and you're like, "How did you even do this? I don't even know how to do this." He was like, "What did you do?"
No, for sure. I had a really good time learning that though. I'm happy to know how to do that, and honestly, I do find that like drawing process where you're kind of outlining stuff and creating a mask to cut out what you want from a thumbnail. I find that really relaxing. I could honestly just see myself just popping in some music and just kind of like doing all the thumbnails.
Those were all words that I know in a sentence make sense to you. Make no sense to me whatsoever.
I appreciate so much the credit that you give me that you assume that it made sense to me. My process for a thumbnail is I just kind of like yoke all over it.
Yes. Now you have to put this one after the yoke video.
Yeah, no, I try to always do it in the order that I filmed them. I try not to go out of order.
That's very fair. Timestamp, cheers.
And the reason why I do that though, right, is because I try to create moments in my videos that like are inside jokes.
Like inside looping jokes.
And so the more that you do it in order, the more that makes sense.
Right.
If you watch it. So I like it.
So what you're saying is
that's why timestamp is so valuable, and then all the stupid talks about table songs that we grow up with. That are we just gonna do every Disney
Disney song, yeah.
Pixar song ever?
Yep. Yeah, absolutely. And Star Trek
You got
universe.
a table in me.
Oh, that's so good. That's our outro song.
You got a table in me. When the tables are nice and strong and the game's set up and you want to get it on. The game. That's what I meant.
You wanted to get the game on, right? Not.
You just remember what your pal Devon said. Oh, you got a table in me.
That's so good. Oh my gosh, that's so good. I can't wait to come up with more of these songs.
Oh my gosh. I'm going to get no money from any of my videos.
No, you're not. They're all going to get demonetized. Well, we already talk about Star Trek all the time.
Oh, stop. Stop. Cthulhu Death May Die from Simon. Apparently I really liked Simon games this weekend.
Yes, you like to Simon Star Trek.
Oh yeah, because also Cyberpunk. So apparently I'm just on a Simon train.
Too, yeah,
which is not always a popular train to be on right now.
This is true.
I had a good time. Until next time, see you guys.
See ya. Have a good one. Star Trek, Pixar,
Stop!
Disney.
Stop!